Alright, everybody. I hope you're going, everybody. Going good, high grade all the way. Much peace to people. I don't know what happened there. I'll have to figure it out. Bit of apologies there on my behalf, man. I'll come through and try and figure out the settings and everything. Like I wasn't too sure because everything worked fine last week, but just had it all sitting there set up, ready to go with about 4 different angles cameras, and unfortunately just didn't come through good and was echoing. Tried to set it up again, but no luck. So I'll just have to do like a bit of a short like open sesh stream if anybody wants to come up. No problem, be more than appreciated. If not, all good. Hope you're all out there doing fine. The high grade and everything. I was going to do a LGP Desert Flame review, but I definitely will get it sorted and come out. I'll probably get it done by tomorrow. But anyway, cheers for everybody hanging around. Much apologies. We've got Tassie, Terence McKenna down under in the background. I'll bring him up. King B, how are you, bro? Slippy?
King B, is King B there? Oh,
yeah, bro.
King B. I just got back from King B's ages ago, and he said that if anyone goes live, he'd be keen to join up. So it's good to see you, FairGrow.
Yeah, cheers. Likewise, bro. Hope you're good. Bit of a shame I couldn't get that thing going. Oh yeah, got the boxing thing.
I think I rate this one better than my other one. It's pretty decent. Just because it's smaller.
A bit harsh though.
And
right?
also the rubber when I put it on the desk, it's like it's not glass on glass because I got a glass table. So.
Oh yeah, that's good, eh? It's not smashed and tink tink every time. It's thud. That's good. So you're getting used to the fact that it's a short like neck. You know, wasn't it the issue? It was a bit harsh.
No, actually, now that you say, yeah, it is a lot more harsh. But the smoke just hits my lungs. Like usually, I'm used to like at least, I don't know, maybe that much extra of air and that much more delay really makes so much difference. It makes you miss out on so much smoke.
Oh yeah, that's what I think.
That's why I can't wait to get the volcano.
Okay, it's just yeah. I was thinking about that. How you guys are saying, like, you know, how it would degrade over time when you left them there. Like I was noted, but you're not going to really. Well, I thought about it, and we can leave the bags lying around for 5-10 minutes. They're fine, but I thought, like, would you be really setting up a vape and then leaving it sit there overnight? A bag, like, you know, I really doubt that thing would occur.
If you left the bag and forgot about it, and then in the morning tried to toke on it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like shit like that. Like it wouldn't really get to the stage of it degrading and depleting because I don't think you're going to leave a full bag sitting around. You know, you would either leave it unvaped or just in the bowl or in the machine. But anyway, that's just my opinion. It definitely will degrade, but you know, they last 10 minutes in there, solid. Wow, we've got a few people up in here. Appreciate it. Actually, I might put it through now. It's coming through with some info, right? Like, I was a little bit, I don't know, intrigued and shit by like the laws, and just like, you know, with the cultivation term and shit like that. Like, so I looked it up, you know, and basically, like, you know, any form of growing, is cultivation and like germination. So, you know, when it's not just large amounts. It's any form, you know. Like so, it's got here. I've got a few little screen windows up from the different law sites. I'll put it up on another stream. I'm definitely going to do it, but you know. So this one here, cultivation means any activity involving the plant growing, harvesting, drying, curing, grading, or trimming of cannabis. You know, it's even leading to the soil. So it's like for the Australian one is the 1984. They wrote it in the Controlled Substances Act. Section 4, I think it was written. I had it here the other day, but now I shut the computer down. But pretty much, so it's there saying, you know, any form of it federally is against the law on a whole, you know. Oh, here we go. I've got one up here. So this is coming from the South Australian Current Acts, Controlled Substances Act 1984, Section 4, interpretation. There's, oh, whoops, I'll share it with you. I can't just read it. Controlled substances. I mean, because this is the info, like, you know, really should be getting out there. We want the definite, informative, like, factual information, not just hearsay about stuff that you hear and learn and think. You know, you've got to be really precise with this shit. So anyway, Controlled Substances Act, blah blah. All these in this act, unless the contrary intention appears, right? So this is what all these mean. And then you go down here. Cultivate. A controlled plant means, so control meaning like something under those acts. A plant or seed, seedling or cutting of the plant or transplant the plant, or nurture, tend or grow the plant. Or C, harvest the plant, including pick any part of the plant or separate resin, other substance from the plant. Or D, dry the harvested plant or part of the plant. Or E, take part in the process of cultivation of the plant. Right? So that's just a small little thing there, but like I'll go through it in another stream, but it's definitely there, you know. The fact that any form of trying to germinate, cultivate, get the soil ready, you know, but there are little where is it? I'll go over here then. Loopholes, I guess they say, within the laws and legislations, and that's what it's all about. So I'll go this one here. It's quite interesting. So, I mean, you guys can all check this out on the internet too, but this is from Caldecott and Isaac Lawyers. All right. So, what is the charge of cultivating cannabis? Well, the offense of cultivating cannabis can be committed in any of the following ways: cultivating one or more cannabis plants by artificially enhanced cultivation, cultivating more than 5 cannabis plants, so that's obviously in certain states where it go up to that number. Outdoors, cultivating one or more cannabis plants with the intention of supplying that plant or administrating any product of that plant to another person. So then, you know, what you admit and all that sort of stuff. So here we go. This is what I wanted to get into. So cultivation of cannabis, key facts: maximum penalty $500,000 or is imprisonment for life, or both. So but the possible defenses: you can have the defense if it is not cannabis, you didn't know it was cannabis, the plants were dead, the plants did not have a root system, you did not take part in the process of cultivation, it was only one plant. So these are, you know, obviously your lawyer would have to go through your circumstance, you know, and I'm not a lawyer here. I can't give you any advice. I don't condone any of this behavior, but I'm just telling, you know, the certain facts that are out there in the realistic situation of it all. So it's quite interesting. I'll definitely go. I want to do more next week. I'll get it prepared, but you know, rather than like, you know, just hearsay and shit. This is important info to know. State by state is different. Federally, like, it is illegal all over the place, apart from Canberra. But then once you get into the state legislations, do they, you know, prevent the federal law from
For
coming
sure,
into play?
because Canberra is only federally illegal, but on the state level, it is legal. So, like you said just prior, federally illegal, the state's law is different. So, you're 100% right.
So, I mean, even in saying that, I think it comes down to, it would come down to each situation, you know, because as it is federally legal, they're well within their right every time to prosecute, even though within the state guidelines it's fine. But then you have to take that to court and argue all this nonsense. So, I mean, it's just a shame to see where it is at, eh? I really think. But
I totally agree
try
because
to.
you shouldn't have to pay $6,000 to grow 12 plants to have to be sick to be on the medical to do so. Anyone should be able to cultivate cannabis because just because you're medically on the special access program, you might not physically be up to caring to your plant every single day. So if you put it in the care of someone else to get, care and then they get done, then, it's a whole sticky situation because you're the one with the licensing in your name. And then even though you're not like, anyway,
No, keep going, bro. That's right. I mean,
no,
there's
I can't
certain,
word it any better. I'm flustered.
yeah, so they're I guess like the key points that come into play that have to be argued. So we got Frattel up in here, bro. If you're there, much peace. Thanks for joining the stream. Hope you're doing good.
Thanks
It's
for
always
having
good to
me,
see the legend
FairGrow.
Patel.
It's always good to be here. I love talking to you lads, love seeing you guys. Really respect what you do. I love your confidence and your charisma. So yeah, let's have some chats hopefully.
Talk some bones. There's where's this other one? I saw the Canna Review had another 2 flowers, I think. I'll just try and bring them up. I'd be very interested to hear the review from the Heyday too, once you get them and see how they go. Heyday day and night.
Yeah, I feel like I'm so privileged because no one else has even talked about them. Like not even anyone in the chat's mentioned they've tried it. So I feel like I'm going to be the first one.
Yep. Oh, it's good on you, bro. You did the research on what, and you did the, what is it? So like activity to go, the requirements to go get it. Like you spoke to the doctors you had to speak to. You did it. Good on you. That's all really. I've asked for it
ANTG.
twice, but I couldn't get it. He said it's not available. It's only available to certain people, certain doctors. So anyway, I'm just trying to find there's another one because last time I looked at it, I think it was 113 different ones, but now it's 115. So I'm just trying
Yeah,
to see which
FairGrow. There
is.
was a new Tasmanian Botanicals and a new Canatrek. That's what someone in the community told me. So I think those are the new two.
Oh yeah, the Naruma, and the Ganatrek. I mean,
I think it's called Royal or Ruby or
oh,
something.
Yeah, I'm guessing
let's see
it's
if I
just the
can.
Royal Moby, which is the same as the Rocky, and it's the same as the one that what's the other company? I'll remember in a sec.
Oh, here we go. So this is, you can set it out
The
newest to
Emerald, that's what
whatever.
it's called, Emerald. I don't know how I butchered it. Yeah, Emerald. Oh my goodness,
There's
I'm
one
keeping
Royal
on.
too beside it.
Yeah, that was the
31%.
one. Yeah. That's the one someone in the chat
159.
was telling me about.
Everybody check it out. Tassie Botanics. I'll click it up. Coming soon
And
to
it's
a
supposed to be
dispensary.
$50. So cheaper than a Topaz. It says 59, but someone told me 50. Flat out 150.
Oh, yeah. So, coming soon from Tassie Botanics.
That
THC
looks
31.
amazing.
Royale.
Oh, it's
Like
not the Royal Moby. That's interesting.
Girl Scout and OG it's come from. Also available in an ounce for $4.20.
That's good.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to see the 10 gram whether it's worth getting. You never know.
And hopefully you can read it.
Yeah, I can read that. That's clear as.
Oh, okay,
I'm
so
excited.
$4.45 if you get it as it is, or you can save $25 buying it in an ounce. It's got quite a bit of terpenes there.
I'm smoking on
Nice.
some Critical Gorilla and Birthday Cake at the moment. Very nice.
Oh yeah.
Bong on, you legends, bong on. I'm so keen to try that. The Emerald as well. I'll probably get both. The Emerald and the Royale. Oh my goodness.
Leanne Womack. Okay, so these ones I haven't heard of from here. The Naruma from Canada.
Yeah, the Narumo and
I've heard
Cultiva.
of that, but I haven't seen. But then Cultivar, Leanne Womack, Cultivar, Orange Aid,
I was trying to get the
Ganamar.
Orange Aid. It sounds so good. There's another Cultiva one as well.
Yeah, that's the Leanne Womack. What's that? 23% though.
It's an interesting name.
150.
Yeah, the
Womack.
The
price
orange one is
was the best bit.
yeah, $100. It must be a quarter.
$100 for 20%. That's good.
It must be 7 grams though.
They don't have it in my dispensary though. Such a shame. I want to get it. Orange Aid sounds so bloody good. 10 grams.
10 grams. Ooh, look at the pictures there.
Man, oh man. I'm gonna suss that out.
Any reviews yet?
I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna figure out how to get on Cultiva. That actually looks supremely nice.
For anyone who has tried A&TG Solace, the same heady, energizing high is present with better flavor and a 20 to 30% body lean. Instead of mostly sativa-like high, small, medium-sized nugs with a lot of cloudy crystals, very nice smelling and effective day medicine. Had some at 8 p.m., ended up sleeping at 3 to 4 a.m. Decent. This guy likes it. What do you give it? He gave it 5 out of 5. Another 5 out of 5? Wow.
Cultiva.
But you can get it prescribed from your doctor. You just won't be able to get it filled out by certain pharmacies. So you have to find somewhere else to get it filled out.
Cultiva is the same brand that does the cherry punch. They're through a company called Pollen, which is Polln.
Thanks for that. I'll definitely suss Poland. Sounds like pollen, but not pollen. Pollen.
I think the consultation's only $110.
I think Hasdem Green Lungs went through them initially.
G'day, Hook and Monty, Cones and Slippy Fist. King be fine, hop up on the panel.
That's pretty good. We'll see if there's any extracts. No, still only the one hash. So, what's an emulsion? Mixed in biopharma PCBD water-based emulsion. No idea. What are these? This water-based nano-emulsion is made using proprietary technology using ultrasonic waves to create nanoparticles that quickly pass through mucous membranes in the mouth and esophagus. The formulation's active ingredients, THC and CBD, reach the user's bloodstream rapidly and produce significant pharmacological effects. This genuine nanoemulsion provides significant advantages over oils such as improved absorption, better bioavailability, more rapid onset, better mouthfeel and flavor. Wow. So they've made waters that, okay, so it obviously absorbs a lot quicker. That's crazy. I've never seen anything like this.
G'day, Walshy. G'day, Infinite Wonders, you legends.
Yeah, but I appreciate everybody coming through. I'll put the link down in there for if anybody come through later. Oh, yeah, we got the main man up he's knocking on the door in the back.
Hello. King be fine.
I couldn't resist, Terence want me on board. I said, okay, let me come out. How are you guys? Yeah, FairGrow, respect. Terence, you get home safely?
Yeah, definitely. And I got some, what's it called? Critical Gorilla chopped up.
Yeah, Frata, how you doing, brother?
Yo, I'm a bit better, man. How you doing?
Yeah,
Good to see you.
I'm alright. Yeah, brother, one love still. Just cooking some dinner for the madam, I say, let me, arrange some stuff. I'm just chilling here. This is my living room.
Did you have a gig this week? this weekend?
No, I cancel all my gigs. All gigs cancelled. I stopped the band because I have issues with some of the musicians. So, and
Okay.
the stress, yeah. So for some reason, I just decided to put a hold onto the band. I cancel. I have
Yeah.
3 concerts coming up. I canceled them, and next year I will decide if I still want to start again with the band or not. Yeah, this year I want
Right.
a break. It's too
Yep.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
for
See,
this
that's
year,
usually.
yeah, for the end of from now till the end of the year, I want to focus on the YouTube program. You know, with
Oh
the
yeah.
YouTube thing. Yeah, I want to do it as a daily. It's my job. It's going to be my job for the next 6 months, and I'll just try and build it up with Terence and with the help of everyone in the community. You know, yes,
That's
sir.
right, man.
Something similar, just to extend the, make the network extension, of the community. Yeah, as FairGrow is there, we have the smoke screen. You know, we need to have
Yeah.
a Tazi TV talking about the same thing as everyone else.
Yeah.
Maybe every now and then we can bring you the tour of Hobart.
Yeah.
Show you some important areas, just like you are doing your church review. I enjoy those old buildings. Yeah, those old
Yeah.
church buildings.
Yeah,
If
man.
you remember when we were little kids as children, those churches were so massive. Like you are inside, you are like, wow, maybe God is coming down. It's so huge. And the way they build them, very special. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like them. I like them. I like the review. Thanks for showing us the places, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It'd be cool if I could get inside and shit, eh?
yeah,
Like
that
go
would be
inside
nice.
and
I
walk
even thought
around.
I thought maybe you are going to the church the first time. I'm like, oh, okay, let's see what's happening. But then I see you are just doing the outdoor. Yeah, if you can,
Yeah.
the only way you can go into the church is to go on Sunday. Sunday service, you dress like you are coming to church. You carry your
Yeah.
camera and just film what is happening in the church.
I was thinking about like you go if I do my episode, say like when they finish the service and I'm
Yeah,
chuffing at church, so I go outside, walk around, try and be nice, and I ask them
yeah.
their views on
Some
ganja.
questions
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
to the church. That will be a disaster.
That's
yeah.
a good
See, it
idea, I
could be.
reckon, FairGrow.
I
there
mean,
will
they
be
get
there will be
It all
first of all they
depends
will
on the
be
state that
ashamed to
you're in.
talk about it because they are Christians, and Christians, they are
It
against
depends.
anything that is not connected to Christianity way of life, because they believe
Exactly.
cannabis is not a Christian way of life. They believe cannabis is
the devil.
Christians believe cannabis is evil
Yeah,
stuff, yeah. So if you ask them, they will tell you negative answer all
but
around.
that's
They'll
totally
say
from the past
it's
three
devil
generations.
using the people, it's devil using you to use cannabis. God will never let you do that.
That's right.
They'll,
But then
they'll
they
try
don't
and
realize
kill you.
200 years ago or 100, 75 years ago, 100 years ago,
Even
the
it's
church
written in the
was using
Bible. Yeah, it
everywhere.
is written in the Bible. They hide it. They hide it.
Yeah, just the past.
Can
It's
I
in the
say
We
there
all
Bible.
was
know.
an episode of Joe Rogan Experience where Joey Diaz was saying that in the Catholic Church, the incense that they wave around was actually filled with cannabis, and when they whiffed it around, it actually it's not just
Yeah,
cannabis; it's other
yeah,
incense as well. And so
yeah.
when they're waving it around to make it burn smoke, that's what was going out. But somewhere along the lines, they removed that. So you could easily mistake cannabis, go, oh, this smells like lavender or something like that, because it smells so different, and then when it's burnt, it's such a different smell. So it is a flower after all, so it makes sense. Look at that.
Yeah.
I just went to press and do full screen, but then I realized I couldn't do it.
It's alright. It's
What is that
alright.
thing you call it?
This is from Dunali, the guy.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yes, alright. Yeah. Yeah,
Denali
man. Yeah,
Medical.
man. Dunali Medical. Exactly. Yes. The weather is chilling. It's good to be indoors. When you are inside the house, it's
Perfect.
lovely. Yeah.
Where you live in Hobart is cold.
Oh, it's freezing because it's close to the mountain as well.
That's what I was gonna say. Hobart's
Yeah.
in the shadow of the mountain when
Yeah.
the sun and all the wind and
And the mountain cold is blowing down to it's crazy.
I was gonna say just think it snows on there quite frequently, so
It do
you
snow
come and do
up the mountain, yeah, a lot.
all the
You can see
time.
it from your house. You can just see. You look up the mountain, it's all white. You know, like, oh, it's snow up there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And I would like to lay my hands on some of those new strain that is coming out and cheaper one
Yeah,
as well.
FairGrow was just
Yeah.
showing them. What were they? Royale and Emerald by Tasmanian Botanicals. 31 and 26. Look at this.
Wow.
You've got on the screen.
Yeah, that's
Legend
bigger,
of Clue.
stronger than Topaz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
already 26 and 31. What?
Hang on.
I mean, the
just gonna-
Topaz is 28.6%. So
Yeah,
There they are.
yeah, it's the same
not
category.
not every nug will be 28%, but the minimum Topaz will be 25. So
Mm.
this one, the minimum is 26. And then 31, look, King B, Emerald,
Wow.
and Royale.
See?
Uh,
This
Yeah,
one.
can we get them through Canatrek?
So for
No,
26%
it's Tasmania
THC, it's
Botanics.
135.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
they have that. Okay, they have a Tasmanian Botanic, right?
you'll
Yeah.
be able to get it. Easy.
Through where? Through who? Through Canatrek or through them?
Through your doctor.
Yeah,
Just
Okay.
just
ask
ask
your
your
doctor.
doctor, and hopefully he can prescribe it. And
If
then
your
you'll,
doctor says no, I'll give you my doctor, because my doctor can do it as well.
That's good.
I'll do
Good
And
to
she's
know.
independent, so I'll just give you her what's it called, her website, and then you can just
Yeah.
book with her. Because you're already
Yeah.
a medical patient, she'll let you in. So
Yeah.
So it's because here, our THC 26 emerald flower is a cultivar that comes from our genetic lines with White Fire
$135.
OG and Gorilla Glue number 4 heritage. It is indica dominant strain with a fruity and fresh aroma. Major terpenes in this
Indica
product
dominant.
are myrcene, limonene, humulene, and pinene. This is a sun-grown cannabis flower. Wow,
pinene.
that meets TGO 100 for inhalation requirements. Also available 28 grams for $360. Give me that ounce for $360. Boy.
Yo, yes.
That's fine. Ounce for three. And quality ounce, you know. From every piece of it is high grade, you know.
Every piece is 26%. There's not going to be one
Sun-grown
that's lower.
Australian weed, bro. Nice.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
worth the money, because sometimes you get a high grade bag and maybe half the bag is really quality and the other bit's just little bits.
Yep. Thanks for sharing the information, bro. That's a good info to hear to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for 135, and the Topaz is 155, and this is 26% already.
I like the parents too, you know, GT4. I've never
I've
tried
never
White
heard of
Fire,
White
but
Fire.
I've seen it.
I know Gorilla Glue 4.
Nice.
Good day, Hook. I think Hook is in the chat. Greetings,
Oh,
Tazi Highland.
oh, here we go. There's the one. Botanics. Where is it?
There we go. We have got a Gorilla Glue sample.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sativa.
Yeah.
Sativites from Canada. I've got Yarndi sativa Australia.
It would be nice to see the one they are growing here and compare it with that one you have, you know. To see the different quality and the taste.
Exactly.
yeah, man.
I can't wait
Exactly.
till I get my volcano.
Keep one of your keep a little buds from your Gorilla Glue. Maybe we might be able to get the Canatrek from Canatrek. Another Gorilla Glue, and then we'll compare them.
Because I mean, even with that fact that you just said, you know, like it's good to try each of them to see what's there and how it reacts. Because how it reacts with us, we all gonna have different like chemical reactions
okay.
with these things. So yeah, man,
True.
you're gonna try what suits
Exactly.
you best.
Like I had a different reaction to the desert flame. I know someone who actually no, I won't say that. I take it back. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna continue my. I'm just gonna say actually I shouldn't have continued that sentence. Anyway,
Bongon.
I'm digging myself a hole.
Give yourself one bong for that.
I
And
just
then
seen
change
this
You
one
were
here.
you
So
and King Behind smoke earlier. I
what's
was
that?
impressed at how much you guys were smoking. I don't think I'd be able to stand up if I was having that much.
Let me just say, Fratel, it's all in day's work. Easy work.
This another one looks alright. The Jerawa from Sativite. I can't get any of these ones yet. Not through my doctors,
Oh,
but
Pedro, I'll give you my doctor. You'll love her. Dr. Yan Ren, Flowers of Life.
I
I'll
got
give you
her.
on
She was the
Instagram.
first one. She was the
Oh,
first one
you
I
got
went
Dr.
through.
Yan? Yo, what did
Yeah,
you think of her?
with Astrid. I don't know. She was there with Astrid in the
This chamber
beginning.
has her as well. As if she's with Astrid. She knows a lot of people, though. High up in the medical.
Oh, that's good. So if she can do it, then that's cool.
it look like most of these medical doctors or medical cannabis doctors, they are Chinese. Most of them are Chinese, yeah.
Some of them.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. Not
Not
most.
all. Not
Some
all.
are.
A lot of plant med ones are Australian. If you look at the
Uh,
plant med doctors, they're
yeah,
all
they are mostly plants. They study plants and stuff. Like my doctor is Kevin Chang. He's a Chinese guy.
Yeah,
But the name alone, I can tell just by the name, Kevin Chong.
yeah, yep.
Yo, Monty's backstage. I just saw that. Don't know for
Red
how long.
Monty
Oh, yeah.
open the door for Dr. Ma.
Hey, you can come back, Tassie. You didn't have to kick yourself off. Where'd you go? How you want?
I think you can take 6 people on the panel.
Plenty of room for
Yeah.
us all, Chapter.
Good day, Monty.
I accept
G'day,
All
that.
right. Monty himself.
Good to see you, Monty.
Greetings, Monty.
Hey, King B, how are you, brother?
I'm good, Ross. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Yes, sir.
Bit tired tonight.
Yeah.
Until then, it's strange.
The weather also.
Bombs
Has
out.
Dean
Five
said-
dollar
Butler
discount.
Valley at the moment.
Hasdeem says, try Naruma, bro. It's impressive to Walshy.
Yeah, it looked nice. He was on the stream yesterday.
What
We
was
got
the
to have a
parentage
bit of
of
a look at it.
Naruma?
I'm not sure. We can have a bit of a look see.
G'day, Steve N. I really want to get the Cultiva Orangeade. For
Done?
King Be Fine, $99 for 10
Please let me
grams.
put my teeth. Let me put it in the micro.
Chem
Says there,
Dog.
Tassie.
Chem Dog plus Girl Scout cookies. Chem Dog sounds good. Drew is sharing, who's a UK YouTuber. He loves Chem Dog. He's also on the medical. Drew is sharing. Green hair bloke. Does parkour, trampolining.
When the price is that good, Tazzy, you know his buds are probably going to be shit.
Well, yeah, you never know though. It's better than paying expensive monies. Like for example, I would rather try it and then know that it's shit and never buy it again than, pay for something unexpensive for, I'm saying like always unnecessarily pay so much when you could be paying cheaper. Like for example, if I can't get the Topaz, instead of going dry, I know that I can order the Tassie Highlands, the one I showed you before, the T21, and it would satisfy me fine. And I know that one's not going to go dry. So like the Topaz will go dry every once in a while.
Yeah.
You can't really rely on one strain. As much as I wanted to, you can't really. I mean, you can.
No, you
but
need to go. I mean, one strain, your body will get as addicted to that strain. You won't even feel it
Tolerate,
anymore.
too.
You want something new.
yeah, so-
Like, you want variety.
Exactly.
You should want a bit of variety, man. Different flavor. You're in the same zone too constantly. You probably want to change up here and there, you know.
Yeah, you know.
As good as the topaz is, you do need variety. I do love the topaz though.
And there's something about the
To me,
topaz flower. Just the way, even when you mix it, you just the feeling you get that flavor, and yeah.
for me, I would rather just have an abundance of topaz flower and choose not to smoke it and take like a day, 2 days, 3 days off. And then when I go
And
to
smoke
smoke the
other
topaz,
thing,
it's
and
way
then
better. So like sticking with one strain, you can do it, but you just got to make sure you moderate yourself. And like when you love a strain so much and it's too good, you'd want to make the most of it. So like if you're just smoking it to the point where it's gone and you really, you only enjoyed it once or a few times, you make the most of it. Like smoke something else, a different medical for a while, and then come back to it maybe a week after. So
yeah.
or hop on the oil and then smoke flower after a week break. What is that, King Defiant? The topaz?
Topaz.
You've got some big topaz flowers. You've got like some massive ones.
This time around, I managed to it's bigger than the last one.
That's how you know it's Australian topaz.
Yeah, and this one was a bit more than the first one was quite little. I was disappointed, but then this second one was all right. Oh, fire.
Yo, FairGrow, look, Steve N in the chat says he runs Canna Reviews and he just wants to say you guys are legends for doing this live community videos. Keep it up. Cheers, Steve N, you legend. And I appreciate for you doing your video, your Canna Reviews because, bro, as if the bloke who owns Canna Reviews, he's an absolute legend because he's out there showing us what products exist. He's hosting a platform that compares the different prices of the medical, allows people to review and comment on them. Nothing exists like this. You're not allowed to advertise the medical in any shape, way, or form. The doctors aren't allowed to. They're not allowed to put advertisements on the TV.
Yeah.
So the only way we can get word out is by us doing live streams and you doing your thing. So cheers. Bong on you, legend. This next one's for you. Snazzy as you. That's cool as figure.
My people, I need to leave now. I need to go feed the kids. It's dinner time. And if you are still online, I might jump in back again. But I just need about 10-15 minutes to take care of the kids,
Don't rush. Take your time.
Yes, sir. Blessed love. Bong on, my people. Bong on. One love. One love. Yes, sir.
I can't believe the bloke who owns Canna Reviews, Steve N, the legend. No, legit, Steve, you're a legend for making that website that hosts the different values. People can review it's a perfect.
Yeah, like literally for me, the biggest advantage of Canna Reviews is seeing all of the different brands that are available. Because when you talk to your doctor, you literally only have like 10 minutes. They're not going to sit there and be like, this is every single brand that's available. This is every company selling weed. The amount of information that we get from that website is remarkable.
Yeah, fully. As you said, because the laws are just crazy. How you can't find out about the product. They can't show you pictures. You can't see it before. They can't advertise. All that sort of jargon. You need these forums. So absolutely madness. It's like a Bible, like a go-to sort of shit. It's bad. Yeah.
I tell you what, the doctors treat that almost like a Wikipedia. Legit.
Yeah. There's been one of the couple of doctors they asked for it too. How about, that's interesting, eh? I would love to hear your opinion on like the current situation, Stephen, about medical stuff. And what's your preferred flower? Call Hooks, you're in the back. Can bring him up.
That's a good question, FairGrow.
Hey, congratulations, Fair. Officially 300 subscribers.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, cheers. I'm happy about that. Because I didn't.
300,
I was looking
mate.
at it as like 297.
You know how it is.
Before the stream.
Yeah. That's how it is. 300. I was waiting for it to go up. I was like, come on, fucking, and I was refreshing the channel, the page, like it's gonna go up in a second.
Oh, probably because you shared too. Yeah.
Nah, people like they come across it anyway. Like Steve, yeah. It is good though to have this around.
That's the wrong
information. And I sure get a lot of education from it.
Oh, you know.
Bong on, lads.
Cheers, Hook. I got one packed for you already. Good to see you, Nathan.
I mean, good to see you, boys. I caught the end of your last stream there, Tassie. Sorry, I didn't get the notification. But
It's all good.
I've been pressing up some dabs, playing around.
Hell yeah.
Playing around. Yeah.
That's a mad hair straightener. Did you go back and get the second one?
Nah, it's up near Fairsway.
That's
up in one of the shops there. But I'll probably make some dabs for Fair and Camo, put some aside. But I'm so addicted to it. Like so addicted to one spot, and then you run out of weed. It costs so much weed to make dabs.
I don't get as much dabs as I get off the bud. I get more value from the bud than I do off concentrate. Actually, on me just as well as bud. It's pretty heavy. Works better than like dabs. Dabs, I feel like it's always like smoking a fucking sativa, sort of really strong sativa, the way they sort of make you feel.
Because they fuck you up.
No, they don't fuck me up. Like, they just give me sort of anxiety in a lot of ways. Like I've got, I don't know, like itchy muscles or bones. Like, I just can't sit still.
Yeah, FairGrow. Steve-O said that his favourite strains were the Rimba and the Tassie Midlands. And I'm super happy to see that he said the Tassie Midlands because that one's actually really good. My doctor recommended me to get that one, but...
Oh, yeah. Hang on. Let me just double check
because
that.
of how stoned you can get. But, like, it's just having that feeling in your throat and your lungs. It's just, like, it's just too harsh for me.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sorry if I cut you off there, Fair.
No. Yeah, that's good. We've got to change the stigma about the whole situation. You know, that's the key to it all. We've got to get more relaxed about, you know, the flower, the healing, the herb that is so useful, was so useful to so many generations before us in so many ways, not just for the flower and the oil, like in so many ways, in every bit of the plant. And so the people, I guess, that are just like, you know, they listen to the authorities over generations, and their parents, they get children who, you know, they said, don't touch it, get away from it, it's criminal, la-di-da, it'll end you up in the wrong spot. You know, that's come through. That mindset really needs to be changed, and because those people will obviously easily and accept, or like they willingly go the way if they see the info for themselves. You know, and then what they realize, what they've been told is kind of like propaganda, and actuality is there's so many people who can, you know, clear from epilepsy, and it's not so criminal, it doesn't cause violence, like all these things, you know, these little things slowly coming forward can hopefully change this whole narrative. And then, you know, because even the way that it is currently going, I do see that it's not great in the corporate sense. It's like, as I said before, the children will see in a generation that the cannabis culture is like a packeted thing you buy from a building, like rather than, you know, the herb should be free and a plant out everywhere. Like, you know, it's a business corporate branded thing now, which is not great.
Like to make it like a business and make it worthwhile to them all. Like fair, they had to make a profit from it. So it had to go and become a stock market thing for fucking big business and for even the government to get behind changing any fucking laws. There had to be incentive, especially when they've all grown up with the same propaganda smashing their ears saying drugs are bad, fucking, especially like the devil's lettuce. And fucking, yeah. And I was surprised to hear like it almost got legalized in, decriminalized federally in the US in the 70s and 80s when Carter was in, but then he got lost the election, Reagan got in, and then Reagan started the war on drugs. And so fucking then the fucking real propaganda on it started. And they used to release videos saying if people like adults, if they all sat around having fucking like a couple of joints and smoking together and that, they'd all become sex addicts and start touching and raping each other or having big mass orgies.
That's not true for you? That's not true?
Oh, mate, I invite people.
I knew my weed was different.
Get them into it, mate.
I knew my weed was different. That's my problem. That's why I got so many kids. Too much Super Saiyan.
No, I'm not talking about orgy with one woman, mate. Like just you and your missus.
No, I know, yeah. And then at the end of it, they go crazy and kill everyone.
Right. It's fucking, just sort of spastic propaganda. I don't know how people fell for it. And
do you know what I do, boys?
Say about where it affects children's brain, they shouldn't have it until their 20s and stuff like all that crap. All those studies were funded under the drug war on drugs by Reagan. And shit, man, that's why
I go look at those propaganda videos, and just to laugh or a joke, sometimes just to humour myself, I go to those ridiculous propaganda videos of the 60s, and I watch them, and I'm like, oh my God, because there are still people like that today. They exist. The same people exist that in that video, that's almost like every single anti-cannabis person that lives. They're all like those people in the video. They are the people in the video acting, you know? As a matter of fact, it's just crazy. But yeah, breaking it down.
I've found a lot of the older generations that grew up getting pumped with that propaganda, and that are starting to change their mind on it, especially like now that they're all got fucking physical ailments and stuff and are hurting. And they're not getting the relief they need by big pharma's drugs, or they end up being addicted to something and they don't want addictions and or doctors offer them medication for their pain, right? And all they've ever heard about that are bad things and it's addictive and stuff like that. And they just refuse to take the medication and think pumping down 12 Panadol's better, but it's not for their liver over the long time. And that, no big pharma is good for you whatsoever. Right? It's attacking some part of your body, major organs. It makes your liver fucking work like hell. And then all the chalk and the tablets still the
I'll just say though, none of us are actually qualified like medical practitioners. So anything we say shouldn't be taken like in literal format and shit. It's just kind of like our expressions, I guess, on the topic.
Discussion.
But still,
discussion.
Yeah. That's right.
What about if you've done an endocannabinoid course to become a cannabis nurse? Give you any stance to talk?
Surely that counts.
You've obviously qualified. I just said you're not. Well, none of us are medically qualified. I didn't realize you have done that course. If you have, then that's good.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong if you didn't know.
I started it and fucking haven't finished it. I was going to become a cannabinoid nurse just to make it easier and stuff and I was thinking maybe just to go into activism and make it more fucking politically activist.
Well, I get a lot of shit guys about this, and people saying professionals.
Nothing's going to change because we're all relying on celebrities come and do it for us.
That's right. How do you become a professional in cannabis? Do you have to go through school? All right, to me, there's no other professional than those who have been consuming and growing for 20 years. That is enough evidence. That's enough knowledge. There's nothing. The only thing that they could be taught is the fucking YB chromosomes, or this goes there, the structure here, this shape of your leaves that means this, or the Y-axis. right? That's the only thing that can be changed. But the person, the grower knows, but we're not, as Fair said, we're not experts, so we're not acting or talking, making out we know things we don't know. We're speaking in our experience and sharing that experience, as Fair said, breaking down the stigma and sharing experiences. But some of us, as far as I'm concerned, I look at some of you guys like, you're a professional. You guys, Terrence.
Can you check your echo, bro? Just change that echo cancellation thing. I think it's coming through a lot, Monty.
You're pioneers.
I'm muting it in the back.
Okay, what you are, Terrence and Fair, are pioneers of. So you'll be, not be professionals. So within cannabis, but here on YouTube with what you do and have started and got involved with, you are professional. But and that's what's so great about it. It's good to see you up.
Trying to be. And
congratulations for 300, Fair. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna smash a bomb and be on my way. Monty, Terrence,
always good to see you.
Frattel,
Speak fuck all now, no.
Monty, paying too much for weed, changing these bloody weed prices. I'm only kidding. No, we're talking about in the chat. I was talking about in the chat.
No, don't change me weed prices, mate. That's what it's like around here, mate.
Yeah.
If you want,
no.
PGR is 300, fucking 2 for 30. You're 3 for 50, fucking 190 or 100, depends on what deal. But that's all PGR. Right? You want a quarter of fucking non-PGR, but not medical grade either. Right?
Yeah.
Like just bush bud, that's fucking... Right.
Okay. And, just out of curiosity, then, Fair.
120 for the
we're around the same place, right? So, is it normal for you to pay just like $25 for around 2 grams? Like, if there's street weed around, like it's around $25. Have you ever had to pay like much more for a small bag?
Yeah, in my experience, it's been like 10 a gram. I try not to get those minimal things, like small things, but 10 a gram up to like maybe a half. So, 10 a gram up to a quarter even. It goes
sometimes
50,
you can only
for
get
few.
that amount though.
I have seen one fella do like he tried to come up with some like really high grade kind of pristine, and he was charging 20. It was just like our first time I've ever seen it of anyone. Just a friend of mine like knew him, and that's what he rolls. So yeah. Crazy.
Occasionally you do get the odd 30, but usually they're nice, good. At least you're going to pay 30 for a really good bag. You're going to get your quality if you're paying 30 or more here. But it's generally, 300. There's no change in the price for what quality you get here. It's $25, and the quality generally can be good or bad. That never changes. Like the price that never really changes. I mean, like Fair said, maybe $5 or some guy might always have awesome weed all the time. And you can go around there and get some weed at any time. Sometimes it's worth paying a premium, but for the weed, like it should be just.
Of course, mate.
It should be a
$300 for an ounce of PGR. Fucking 350. It can cost you between 250 and 350, depending on the standard of bush.
Yeah.
Yep, but then medical grade is going to cost you $600 to $700 an ounce.
I could get for that weed that I smoke, and you've tried it, Tassie. I can get $280 for that here. No worries.
Well,
the drop of a hat.
That's pretty good.
Not that I sell it.
On the
No, you say people who can get you super sand. No, we know what you're saying.
I would never pay $250. I wouldn't pay if I wanted an ounce tomorrow. Though I wouldn't pay any more than $250. No matter the quality, I wouldn't pay any more. But I could still sell one.
$250 and take $250 for bush, or even $200 for a bush ounce, and then $280 for hydrate. And then
we've got weed lately. Adelaide's gone downhill, so I can't really. That doesn't say much. Melbourne's a good place to be for weed quality these days. Adelaide's just gone downhill. Bad, it's filthy PGR. You got to grow your own. Simple as that. Bottom on Fair, 300.
It's the way. Exactly. That's the thing, Hook. Everyone should be able to grow their own. You shouldn't have to be on the medical to access a special access program to grow your own. And even then, the whole point of that special access program is to make the medical, cheaper than buying medical outright. You have it all at once. You don't have any hassle of buying containers. But it's not more. It's not cheaper. Sorry, it's more expensive paying the 12 grand, and now it's gone down to 6 grand. So anyone should be able to grow because that license is in your name. 6 grand. So if anyone else grows for you because you're too sick to care to your plants, then you're done. Like your license is a waste of your license because it's in your name.
Yeah.
You have to be doing the work. You can't
I think-
like imagine 10 to 12 plants and being a cancer patient. Like that'd be tough. You
Yeah,
never
that's
know.
very
I mean,
true,
not everyone's in
actually.
that situation.
That's a huge,
Not everyone's
that's a-
in that situation, but
just to the
Still.
point we were saying before, how like you know, everybody should be the ability to grow their own. I mean that's actually the hugest kind of the point here, because I was looking through
you
these
shouldn't have to be sick to
the
grow your own.
websites of the
They might
law,
pay 6K.
these law websites, like yesterday, you know, relating to the cultivation terminology, legal definition, and all those sorts. And it comes down to here basically like, you know, I can't remember it on here, but giving it away to somebody, you know,
Supply. It's supply.
Yeah,
it's
like
the same.
almost-
It's the same. It comes under the category of 2 or subsections that come under supply and selling. In other words, it can be done.
I got it here. Let me look. Yeah, basically just those couple. Just, you know, I'll bring it up here. Hang on. Because this is the other part. Like you know, there's a lot of like the info that's going around is kind of just like what people are saying, and then you know when it leads, shit comes to the fan, or like, you know, shit is the fan. Then you got to know the actual legal meanings and shit like this to understand and where you're going to go and what your rights are and how to stand forward. But this one here, I think it was saying, okay, this is the South Australian Current Act, Controlled Substances Act of 1984, Section 4. I brought this up before, but is it in here? I've got all these others there. Oh, okay, there isn't another section, but just the whole like procedure of
There'll be other sections where they'll have also exceptions.
yeah, I saw it. It's in the beginning of this stream. It's
I watched the whole stream, Fair. Yeah, I love your shows. I watched your whole stream.
So yeah, just to that point, basically, you know, you got to be doing your own work for personal use to really be standing within the frame of the law, to you know, just to be saying, look, I'm advocating for this plan for the right reason. It's helping me. It's righteous, and I'm doing it for me, for my benefit, rather than any other thing. If it's any other person gets involved, then the law is well within their right to charge you. You know, I hope you can there's understanding through what I'm saying. I'll try and find it, but that's written within these like you know, within the sections of these acts. So if it's for personal use, like, then it can be, you know, you can argue the fact in court.
Yeah.
Any other way, you're not going to stand. You know, you've got nothing to stand on. So that even in all those little sections, like any part where, even because we share in the community and you're gifting what strains you grow, that in actuality is like prosecutable in the eyes of the law. You know,
as a criminal offence.
It's only hearsay. No one's actually. You never know whether.
Nobody gets done.
It's not hearsay, brother. It's not hearsay, because if you're on there and you say, listen, let me finish, please. If, like, you know, if we're on here and we're saying, I grew this, I did that, I did share it, bang, that's video evidence of you breaking the law. I guess and that can be argued in court, and that's going to be pretty substantial. If they were there at the point where you hand in hand and crossed it over, that's even more, you know, substantial proof. But then, so that's not hearsay, bro, because the law is written there, any form of sharing, and this is prosecutable type shit. So, but if you did it all for yourself, it's like, you know, you can there's framework within these in the law that
that's definitely understandable.
Lightest offense, you know. Yeah.
Can you drop the link for Monty's again?
Oh yeah.
But also, FairGrow, when it comes down to it, you're right.
Cheers, Fair.
But also,
right,
it's up to the police to prove it in court, whether or not that we have what we have because to them
Right.
it's just cannabis. So we could just be making up all the names
No,
and
it's actually
oh,
not
I tried this
cannabis. Actually, to them, it's just people saying it's cannabis, and they have no cannabis in their hand. They have someone saying, "Well, look, Chopper Reed says, I sold Dad this, 6 years ago or whatever." They got a video like for me, which is true. Fair's completely right. That's video evidence of them saying, "Look, Hook," or "Look, Fair," or "Look, Monty," or whoever it is. This is what you said, which is true. And they'll use that as evidence absolutely against you. Compile that. And it's up to you to defend yourself in court. The act of being caught red-handed, on the other hand, is even more so. That's physical evidence. You know.
But if they're
And
basing it off
intention,
just a
you know, for
YouTube
sure.
video, whether they don't even know
Intention.
that the strain that we're showing is a real cannabis nug, whether it's plastic, whether it's, the real flower, whether it's the strain we're talking about, it could just be bullshit. So it's up to them to chase up
Well,
leads.
that gets argued in court. They're well within
Exactly.
their,
So
that's right, yeah.
that's why I'm saying it's a little bit of a hearsay, because they're going out of their way to chase up some supply when in reality there's no supply, because in the end of the day the bud's smoked and gone regardless of whether, it's not a continuous supply.
At the same time, you are saying though, there's been numerous times that you probably said on the stream that this is a bud, and that makes me think even in narcotic situations, even if you had like oregano in a glad wrap bag and it went in a supposed transaction, or if it was sugar, they charge you for, you can still be charged, but when it goes, I guess, to court,
You defend it, yeah.
if they check the purity,
It'll cost you money.
and there will be no THC in the oregano, there'll be no active ingredient within the sugar, but the actual, the fact that you're saying that, it's you bagged it up and you put it there, so anyone could think that is that product, and it's pretty crazy, It is.
That's what the law's like, though. Fair, you're spot on with the law. That is absolutely so incredibly correct. I've incriminated myself 100 times.
They do the testing before you ever go to court and stuff, and then those charges get dropped fucking before your court hearing. You have little negotiations and shit for fucking ages and that, where you don't have to rock up to court, but your lawyer will adjourn the motherfuckers so they get to fucking haggle away for a little bit longer.
Yeah, in that situation, so they if they took it away, tested it, so then it's you wouldn't be prosecuted for the actual possession of, say, the substance, but they could say you had the intention of supplying a prohibited substance. You know what I'm saying?
Only if they can find, scales and money as well, money to get done for dealing. Yeah, I had fucking texts on my phone and that, and they tried to get me for that.
Your lawyers then get you off, and your lawyer can say, okay, well, did you have money? They have to see, an officer can only say, but with supply, what he's saying, Monty, is you don't need to have money, because what he's saying is sharing your weed is the same penalty as selling, which is true. That's what it states in the law, and there's more of a penalty for that than the other laws.
What did you say then? What did you say?
What I was just trying to say to the last point, pretty much, was just all right, because there's many different charges, many different scenarios, and they'll pull all different things. Once you're in the court, they're going to try and press what they can. But so this is what I'm saying, the fact that you bagged up a sugar, it may not have been the actual ingredient, so you don't get that thing, but there's that is incriminating. That fact
if you've got 20 bags, 30 bags of each of the thing maybe weighed up, then it's incriminating. If you've got one bag of sugar or one bag of oregano somewhere that they find, and that you can easily say
that's right. That's if they find, if you're just sitting there. But I'm saying in the case of, they've probably got a little bit of evidence of you saying this.
Did cannabis just change to oregano like COVID? Did cannabis just
anyway? There's plenty of different situations. We're not lawyers here, but I was just trying to bring forth that fact.
It's a good topic. It's a really good. Everyone should
learn
look
the
deep
jurisdiction in your local area. That's the
learn your state laws, definitely.
Yeah.
Learn your state.
Get
laws,
a good lawyer.
Get a good lawyer,
and make sure you got thousands of excuses to go through. All right, go into court and go. Make sure you got thousands and thousands of excuses to sit there and go through and try to defend yourself and justify and say that you're not happy with the result and continue on before you know it, the cops. But look, don't sell weed. Don't try like
Steve ends
supply.
You try and
interesting
avoid the
discussion.
police completely. Just keep them out of your fucking
Doesn't
life.
matter whether you're selling it or not.
Have you
Look,
got- yeah,
like,
I
if
got-
you've
I
got
got-
weed, if you've got weed, they're going to try and prosecute you and try and say that you were selling it on whether you were or not.
Yep,
Huh?
that's true. That's true.
But then the way you store things and stuff like that can work in your favour a long way. Mate. When I went to court and the cops were still trying to say that my fucking stash was fucking there for supply, like for fucking selling and shit, right? But the fucking prosecutor, it wasn't the cops for the first time when I went to that fucking court. Actually, it was a fucking proper prosecutor dude in a suit with the fucking judge. Right, and the prosecutor stood up and that, and I've gone in and goes, I've had a good look at the photos and stuff, mate. Like, mate, I know fucking dealers and shit, mate, and you didn't have yours stored like fucking for dealing, mate. Shit.
All right. So I've been done with half a pound of weed in the cops, walking like in the car. So here's what happened.
Pound, that's all.
I'll tell you a story. All
Only
right.
a 4-pack. That's fuck all.
No, hear me out. Hear the story. So, this is back a long time ago. I had a deal. My brother, his name's Pin. He had a friend who needed a pound, you know. And I said, "Oh, I got half." He's like, "Yeah, that'll do." I do set it up to go there and get rid of it and that. I might be incriminating myself now, but this was many years ago. Like Fair said,
There's a statute of limitation on things.
Yeah. Nevertheless, no, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They got me. They got me for this. So I'm allowed to tell the story. All right, I'm allowed. This is a story because they already busted me. They can't.
Well, you can't be incriminating yourself because you can't get done twice.
Okay, so here's what happened. I was supposed to. So I said, "Oh, look, I'll do it for you cheap because you're my brother." Yeah, I said, I gave him. So he made a bit of money. I made a bit of this and whatever. Everyone was happy, and the deal fell through, so it didn't happen. And then on the way home, we were driving home, and he'd drive in the back streets, and it turns out he didn't have a license, or his car wasn't registered. We had half a pound in the car, right? And the deal fell through. So, and I was broke, you know, and fucking shit fell through, and the cops pulled us over. So I lost my weed as well. Right? So I lost it all of it. Right? And in the end, we ended up walking home. They just gave us a fine for the same fine that I got for 2.5 grams. So I've been done for 2.5 grams and half a pound, and I had the same penalty. I walked home like nothing, no arrest, no going anywhere for fingerprints. This was not maybe.
I'd love to live in a decriminalised state like that.
So as simple as that. And I figured, well, I did the maths. I said it's costing me. I looked at the laws, and the laws said that if you're buying weed or even supplying weed, it's always been like that it is more of a penalty than as that cultivation law which FairGrow was going through. If you look at the penalties, there's actually more of a penalty for supplying cannabis. It's more of a serious offence to them.
I was charged with both.
But yeah,
I was stupid and admitted that I grew them myself.
Anyway, lads, bong on. Good form, Fair. I'll see you next time.
Thank you very much for the information. And FairGrow, thank you very much for reading the law. I appreciate it. See you next time, Hook. It's an interesting discussion indeed.
My first bust, I got done with something like 2,500 grams.
That's interesting you said that,
2 kilos.
because like we've just gone through the point here on the cultivation, and then it says possible defenses. This is, and generalizing here, this is just a website from a law firm giving you some really generic advice, not legal advice, but it says there, you didn't know
mitigating circumstances,
or you know what I'm saying, possible defenses. You didn't know that it was yarndi. So the fact that you said you did it and you grew it, then that's
I didn't want to, like, they were going to try and do me. They were trying to do me with fucking dealing and shit,
ask
right?
you questions
So, like,
in a way like that you're to be open-ended answers, that the police are really they're trained in a way that the way they talk to you it's open-ended questions so that you're supposed to answer and incriminate yourself in the most in most circumstances. So that's
Exactly.
why
That's what I said.
at most points you never talk to them, always without legal representation.
Yep. Exactly. And or even if you don't have legal representation and they fucking get you in there, because like the second time I was done, like fucking I couldn't be fucked. Like I probably would have been held in there overnight and had to wait until fucking the lawyer come up from Melbourne and stuff like that. So I just wanted it over and done with so I could see the fucking judge that day, because I had to see the judge to be able to get back out because I was already on bail from the first bust. All right, so fucking you have to automatically see the judge. And fucking I was sweet. I only got done with less than 100 grams the second time. And so fucking from 2,500 to 100, and it was almost a full year later or something like that from the first one. I was still on bail. And the only reason I was still on bail is because COVID had delayed my fucking court case. Like it ended up delaying that first court case by 2 years. And that fucking cunt thing. It sucked.
They would have taken that into it.
Yeah, you're on bail for 2 extra years longer. Sorry, man. If I'm talking too long.
I'm going to end up, because you've been going for an hour. I fucking appreciate everybody coming through. I'm going to probably shut down the stream. Yibbity, man. I got heaps of ball. More than enough people to make me happy in here, and I really appreciate your presence. I hope the information is like formative, though, and just trying to help the people get it out there, change the stigma, as I said before. And I'll say, like, look inside yourself, find your direction, follow that path, be the best you can be honest, and be yourself, man. Follow your intuition, trust your gut instinct, bros. So thanks for Tassie, thanks to Fertel, thanks to Mont. If you guys got anything to say, go for it, bro.
Always no comment to the police. Always no comment. End the fucking interview.
How are you guys?
Do not help them. Do not do their job, because they're sneaky cunts. They ask you stupid little questions like, "Oh, do you trade with your mate? Like, did you trade something with your like?" Trying not to get And as soon as the word trade is a trap, right? Like I've always said, you can use the word gift. Right? You can gift shit, but trading is illegal, and you'll be done for dealing.
Well said, Monty. Any sort of trade is barter, is money. It makes sense.
Yep.
It's value. The government's not getting any tax on.
Yeah, no
I
tax
appreciate
on
you
it,
letting us up on the panel, FairGrow. It was a good stream.
Yeah, thanks for that, Fair. Sorry if I went on a bit long.
See you guys soon.
I do want to see that desert plane
but I'd
review,
like to share. Yeah, the more we can share our experiences with the police educates those who haven't had experiences with them yet.
Well, I mean, as long as we're willing to share with them with the police, and they're not willing to try and write it down to get us done, you know what I mean? And they're willing to learn.
I've already had my cases go through, so they're useless now. I can share it.
Before we head out, I appreciate everyone in the chat, all these legends that are on the panel right now. I just don't have the words to express my appreciation for you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, easy, bro. And then just on this stuff, because we're coming with the legal stuff, so this isn't like legal advice. We're just trying to get the info out there. You got to learn the jurisdiction in your local area, so take time to do that. And much peace, everybody. Appreciate it. I'm gonna.
Well said, Patel. Thank you for everybody.
Big thanks to old mate Steve and Brand from Canada Review coming through. It's important. Peace and cheers.